Married at First Sight UK grudge match cancelled, Luke pulled from boxing card amid shocking feud with Jordan. Tensions soar as Luke alleges Jordan threw a drink last month, leading to the bout's cancellation. The official announcement on Instagram cites concerns about Luke's training and comments outside the ring. The reality star's ongoing rivalry, stemming from the series, has taken a physical turn with Luke accusing Jordan of meddling in his marriage. Get the inside scoop on the explosive altercation that led to Luke's exit from the show and the latest developments in this dramatic saga. Over and Out Married at First Sight UK star's grudge fight has been cancelled as Luke Worley is pulled from boxing card. Tensions between the stars have remained high, with Luke alleging that Jordan threw a drink over him last month. The grudge fight between Married at First Sight UK stars Luke Worley and Jordan Gale has been cancelled. The reality stars were set to meet inside the ring on February 9th, at Indigo at the O2. However, in a new update, it has been revealed that Luke has been pulled from the boxing card. Taking to Instagram on Friday, the official DKM Plush boxing page announced, "It is with deep regret we announce that the scheduled bout between Luke Worley and Jordan Gale has been cancelled by ourselves. Boxing can be a brutal, unforgiving sport, and due to the comments outside of training for the scheduled bout, we have concerns that Luke hasn't been able to train as we would expect from him, worthy of a 5-by-2-minute bout on February 9th. We understand that on the back of reality shows, there are comments and opportunities that are only available for a while. The time in the spotlight off the back of taking part in such a series is short-lived, and we understand that comment to a regulated training camp is hard to maintain. However, as much as we understand the busy schedules of both fights, we would still expect a full camp to take place to ensure both are ready to enter the ring on February 9th, and unfortunately, this hasn't been the case for Luke." They continued, "Whilst we regret this bout between Luke and Jordan will not take place, we are happy to announce that Jordan will still be fighting on the action-packed card and a new opponent will be announced in the coming days." Tensions between Luke and Jordan have been high ever since their altercation on the series. Luke accused Jordan of bad-mouthing him to his ex-wife Jay Howard, who was left in tears over the pair's rivalry. Luke and Jay married after meeting for the first time at the altar, but their romance was quickly shaken by Jordan after he stirred the pot in scenes captured on the series. Luke and Jordan reached a boiling point when the salesman discovered that the Jack Grealish lookalike had informed Jay that he would cheat on her if he believed he could get away with it. Luke stormed into Jordan's apartment where he was living as part of the TV dating experiment before physically challenging him. As a result of the fight, the producers called an end to Luke's time in the process. Last month, the two men came face-to-face at an event in London, and Luke later claimed Jordan threw a drink over him and tried to slap him. Today's next news. Married at First Sight's Ryan Gallagher shares gory photos of his horrific hand injury after a fight with an angle grinder. Warning: graphic images. Ryan Gallagher has hurt himself using an angle grinder and shared the results of the gory injury to Instagram. The Married at First Sight star shared two photos of his hand jaggedly cut open and bleeding profusely on Saturday, while explaining the mishap. "Thank you to every one of the staff at the RBWH who were so bloody lovely the last week. I had a fight with an angle grinder working on one of my cars," the 35-year-old wrote in the caption. He continued, "which got both my hands, tendons and index finger put back together in my left hand and tip of my rude finger re-attached and half my fingernail put back in place." Ryan went on jokingly thank his baby son and his fiancée Emily Seabohm for taking good care of him. "Samson now wipes my bum. Emily is a powerhouse and I'm thankful for her and her family taking on what I can't do for Samson for a little while," he said. The former reality star and Olympic swimmer Emily welcomed their baby boy called Samson Ryan in September. Ryan quietly changed his public Facebook profile picture on September 13th to feature a photo of himself and Emily with their newly born son. The pair announced their engagement in March last year, after the couple met on the challenge in 2022. Ryan presented the swimming star with a trilogy diamond ring from Goulburn Santis Jewelers. "When you know," Ryan told Woman's Day. "I did get nervous though. The box was making a bit of a bulge in my pocket. So either she knew I was proposing or she just thought I was happy to see her." Meanwhile, Emily explained the couple's fast-tracked engagement follows the theme of their blossoming romance. "We knew by the last week we had feelings there," she told the magazine. Today's next news. MAFS, Michael's new match knows they will have one heck of a story if the marriage works out. In People's exclusive sneak peek at this week's episode of A Married at First Sight, Michael's new match Chloe admits this is an opportunity she never imagined. Meet Michael's new match. In People's exclusive sneak peek at this week's episode of Married at First Sight, Chloe, a new potential partner for Michael, discusses why she is interested in taking part in the social experiment. "If you ask me in my early 20s what I wanted in a man, what I wanted then and what I want now are two completely different things," the 39-year-old senior director of development shares. "I have an opportunity to do something I've never imagined in my life doing ever, really thinking about being married at first sight." "Oh my God. Really?" her pal Caesar responds. "I'm that person that for my whole life, I wanted to exude this very specific image of being super successful and super capable and able to take on the world and didn't need anybody," she continues. "I think that's why I ended up being in the relationships with the men that I was in because they were perfect on paper." Caesar shares that Chloe is always in control of everything in her life, but she will now have zero control. "I just think that now, to be at this place, it just makes sense," she explains. "And if it all comes to fruition, I feel like we're gonna have one heck of a story when we're 90 looking back on our lives." Dr. Pepper Schwartz, a sociologist on the show, then joins the group and shares, "I am an expert in Married at First Sight and I'm here with good news." Before she can reveal the news, Chloe responds, "I'm gonna throw up." Chloe joins the show after Michael was left at the altar by his mystery bride earlier this season. Wedding day comes around and she comes down, she pauses for a moment and then essentially states that she doesn't want to marry a stranger, he explained to his MAFS co-stars on a previous episode. On last week's episode, Schwartz asked Michael if he is open to taking another chance on love. He responded, "You emotionally and mentally tune yourself for this and I discovered things about myself that I didn't realize in the moment, like I knew I was ready for marriage, but I didn't know I was that ready. So to answer your question, I would 100% do this again." Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.